Nail that, would you?
Cal here with the Squarebody Scientist. I'm going to be starting a new series here with this truck. We're going to be going through, I'm going to be going through showing you guys basically from start to finish putting an LS into a Squarebody truck. I know there's probably a bunch of videos on YouTube before this already, but I think everyone does them a little bit differently. This will be the second LS style swap I've done on a Squarebody. I did a Vortec 8.1 and a 4L80 into an 84 Suburban a couple of years ago, and it was a big learning experience for me. So along doing that one, I learned some stuff that I'm going to translate into this video. So if you have any plans of doing this to one of your trucks in the future, you at least have a little bit of a reference, maybe some stuff you wouldn't have thought about, or you can avoid a battle with later on. I'll start today with introducing this truck. I've had this truck just over 3 years now, which is unlike me. I usually sell stuff pretty quick, but I wanted to build this one for me. Wanted to keep with the LS in it and actually have fun, and basically want to make a really nice daily driver out of it. It's a 1980 Sierra Grand. It's a base model truck. It was a 305 Turbo 400 truck originally. It's got a 12 bolt in it, and it's a base model. Crank windows, manual locks, no air. It does have tilt, no cruise, and it was a long box. I had this truck cut by my buddy who's done a couple. It was cut kind of just rearward of the cab, and it was fish plated with 1/4 inch and welded all the way around. I'd go ahead and recommend anyone who wants to get into a short box and doesn't want to pay short box money for one, 100% do the chop. It's super easy on these trucks. It only took him a day after he squared it and everything, and then it was just basically cutting and welding. He ended up coating, the frame was coated on this truck before I got it, so he ended up coating it to match, and you pretty much have to know it was shortened to be able to find where the cut is. But it does still have the 12 bolt in it and leafs. I removed the saddle tanks because we're going to be doing something a little bit different for the fuel system, but basically it's a complete roller and it's rust free. The guy I bought this from, he put new cab corners and rockers and floors into it. He found a pair of rust free fenders even though they're dented. All the bright work on the front grille is mint, the doors are good, everything is good. The box came from another buddy of mine. It's a little bit rougher, but I've got a couple fenders in the back that I'm sure will make work. It's not going to be pretty when we first get this, so I want to just get it as a nice driver first, and then next year or in upcoming years I am going to do body work and paint on this truck. It's going to end up black with a red and kind of brown interior, wood grain stuff. I want red pinstripes, etc. We got to get this thing running first anyways. This truck has sat here untouched for a couple of years. When I first got it, it had a 305 and a butchered 4-speed swap. The guy cut out the floor and kind of like self-tapped some pedals into this thing because it was automatic, and he converted it to a 4-speed for whatever reason. And the 350 was knocking and eating coolant and was junk basically. So it was the perfect candidate because all the rust work had been done. The long box was absolutely shot. The floor was shot, the box sides were toast. It was rusted this far up above the arch, but the rest of the truck was rust free. So I said, hey, this is perfect for a chop job, make myself a short box. So of course I gutted all that stuff out of it, the 4-speed and 305. I've been long gone from this truck, but I left the harness stock with all the pigtails still attached, all the factory like cab power, your jumper for your key, like alternator wiring. I left all that stuff kind of intact. The power steering pump is still attached because I didn't want to dump fluid everywhere. And it's basically just a clean, empty engine bay for me to start with. Things I've also done is remove all the pedal assembly for the 4-speed. I removed the gas pedal because we're going to be doing a drive-by wire setup in this truck. I find I prefer them over the cable setup, so it gives you more pedal placement, and it's easier to lengthen and shorten wires other than cables to try to make something work. It also has to do with the engine we'll be using, which I'll be going to look at in a different video. But for now, it just is kind of what it is. The interior is also gutted. It's got no dash in it. The steering wheel's gone. No seats are in it at all. I pretty much stripped the truck right down just so I could have ample room to get working on this thing. did screw up. The tranny cross member ended up in the scrap pile somehow, so that's gone. I'm gonna have to find out how to do something with that. I'm hoping I can find an early trans cross member from like a 73 or 74, because the braces that go to the tops of the frames on both sides, they're just flat along the bottom that you bolt in, and that'll be more than enough for the stock LS we're putting in this truck. And here's the money shot of the truck. The frame was cut just before the leafs, kind of, I think it's about 8 inches in front of the leaf mounts. Again, you can barely tell. I'll put some closer up video here. And like I said, the frame's been coated. The 12 volt and everything is still mounted as it would be from factory. We're not touching any of that. I think it's a 3.73 ratio truck, which is just perfect. The box, the tub is okay. The floor is wood and it's totally shot. I'll be doing that along the way as well later on down the road. I've got an old long box floor leaned up against my fence here. I'll be cutting out the steel section of that and grafting it into the truck. I want to use this as a daily driver, haul engines with it, haul trailers, that kind of thing. So I gotta have a steel box floor in this. As much as the wood looks really nice and it's awesome in a finished truck, it just won't be practical for me. I also removed the fuel tanks out of the truck. It was a dual saddle tank truck and I just hate saddle tanks. Gotta put a new switcher valve and deal with all the hosing and the lines and whatever. We're gonna be doing something a little bit different on this. I'm a big Suburban guy. I just love Suburbans. I've got a 40-gallon tank out of a 89 or a 90 Suburban. They're all the same, except being a fuel injection truck, it'll have baffles in the tank. When I 8.1 swapped my 84, it didn't have a baffled tank and I didn't notice it at all. Didn't really affect the way it drove or anything like that. So this one will be using a late 80s fuel injection tank. I'll be putting in a sending unit and a pump and that sort of deal into it to accommodate for the LS. And I'll show you all that in a future video. But here it is as you see it. I'm going to be doing another video starting with tearing down the drivetrain I have for this truck. So stay tuned and I'll get right onto that video, filming it, and where to start with once you have a drivetrain from an LS truck in your possession. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for updates on the 6-liter project and on the 366 project, which is also in the works. When they're one guy show and you're editing and filming all your own stuff, it takes a little bit longer. So bear with me on the wait times between videos here. Thanks for tuning in and we'll see you next time.